So, since I talked about replacing this wood OSB tool holder right there with the tools held in place by nails, as you can see, a lot of nails, yes, and this thing is kept on the ground with wood legs right there, and it's very wobbly. Let me show you how the tools fell when I shake it like this. Yeah, so I bought this expensive proper tool holders with perforated holes in it, and as you should know, these holes are not standardized, so every manufacturer performs its own holes and spaces and stuff. Some of them are called, I believe, Euro holes or something, and you can find interchangeable pegs right there, but this is Yato, and it's a Chinese company, and yeah, you can't really swap the pegs and the supports. It goes like that. For example, it goes like that, and here you can hang. You've seen this many times, and by the looks of it, I don't think I will fit all the tools I have in there into those two perforated boards, because I have two of them, but I'll put as much as possible, and the rest just store away in crates like this here. A lot of crates with stuff in them. You know, those kind of crates the vegetable and fruit shops keep their vegetables in. So let's strip first this board of its content. I even have a scale, a weighing scale. Yeah, a manly spanner. Look at that. And another axe. Tessie, ce face fata? Cupi, zi mă băiețel! You see, I even draw the shape of tools over there to know where to put them back. The advantage of nails hammered into a USB board is that you can configure it however you want. The other system with predetermined holes and supports, well, you have to adjust to that pre-drilled holes. All of these extracted nails and screws goes into the yellow recycling bin, and this is called cui in Romanian, and this is called holz șurub, and this is called Lego Star Wars. And that's my collection of Lego characters. And a collection of other bit stuff. So displaying stuff is one of my other obsessions. So I'm going to put away this OSB board, which is heavily perforated and damaged, but I'm going to use it just a protection of something when I'm working on ground to weld or, you know, to beat something on it. You know what this is? This is an anvil. It has, I believe, 100 years. It is 100 years old, and this is an shoemaker anvil. You know, can put it like that and insert the shoe over here and nail and hammer the nails in the shoe feet and this stuff. I'm just keeping it for its historic aspect. Something written here. 1919. Yes, 1919. So I'm going to use this recycled, reused wood legs from the previous display and bolt them into the shed wall, which is this sort of sandwich metal, faux metal panels. Bolt them into the wall and hang, basically re-bolt this support structure over there. On the other hand, you also see that displaying stuff is my obsession. Look at that. This is a prize I've got from contacting the ISS, which is nearing its end of life, sadly. I hope it will be replaced soon with another stuff. And yeah, bits and stuff all over the place. A frequency counter with a Nixie tubes. Perhaps a future restoration. Let's figure out how we're going to bolt those legs into the wall. This is how it's going to look like. So I'm going to drill a hole here and here, put on the wall, drill through it into the wall, insert threaded rod with nuts at the end and secure them like that. Ten millimeters. And I have this special pencil from the internet for marking deep holes like that. You see those films on the internet when they are just getting together stuff and cutting them and gluing and screwing and everything falls apart beautifully, perfectly aligned, straight, no excess, no missing parts. No. This is complete lie and bullshit. You have to do a lot of measuring and redrawing and re-measuring until everything is perfect. If you don't do that and rely on your eyeball, then you're going to screw up big time. All right. Sweet. Yes, I fitted the panel just to stay like that, provisoire, temporarily. So because in the bottom part the feet are not glued or screwed in any way because I don't want to put more screws in the wall. I'm just going to secure them with a little bit of silicone. Next is just a matter of putting those screws inside those holes over there. You see? This is why it is so difficult to put those screws inside there. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's not forget that on the other side. Oh, look at this pile of wood, firewood. Okay, how can I get up on this? So on the other side the bolts are not secured yet, so I have to secure them. So a huge washer and another huge washer, and just common sense tight, not over tight because these walls are not that sturdy, are thin and they bend very easily. So 2 holes here, 2 holes there, and what do you know? That's 1, and that's 2. And there go all the tubular head socket thing.
Houston, the Eagle has landed. Roger, Tranquility. We copy you on the ground.